been a year now since I was in Times Square, New York City. I was there for the 4th of July week after me and my buddy who plays drums, and we were in Boston together until about 3 or 4 a.m. underneath the public garden. And after being so used to Boston, living in my car, I wanted to get the hell out of Boston because it was kind of a boring and a shitty place to live. And I was just like, I want to check out New York. And this guy was telling me he grew up in New York in the Brooklyn neighborhood. And I had a real hard time figuring out where I can like sleep in my car and stuff, because I understand that New York is really more of a walkable place than a car dependent area. So I had a bit of hesitation, and I was just like, well, if you're 4.5 hours away from one of the most iconic cities in the world in history, I mean, how am I going to say no to that or get a chance to visit it? So I did. I drove about 4.5 hours straight all the way down. I got there after midnight, and I slept in my car there. And I remember I took a subway all the way down to the Wall Street area, and it literally looked a lot like here in Cincinnati, just more dense with lots of buildings. And it was a pretty cool place. I thought the subway was pretty cool. A $3 single ride, not having to rely on a car and being able to use that time to get things done on your computer or your phone or make a phone call or just overall rest your eyes. And I remember the day after that, I was doing some deliveries in Brooklyn, stacking up money, and there was free parking everywhere. I got to check out the culture of Brooklyn and seeing all the restaurants and delis everywhere. And I thought it was a pretty cool city. It had a real vibe in Brooklyn alone. I remember my experience in Times Square when after all I was doing the deliveries. It was quite an extraordinary place. It was literally like the East Coast of Vegas. And I remember as I got out of the subway from the R station, just seeing like all the buildings and the historic buildings and the crowds of tourism and the Mickey Mouse costumes running around and all these people taking pictures, including me. And the pictures I had of myself on there, you can see that I'm tired and burnt out because of the long drive and sleeping in my car for so long and being stressed out from Boston. I didn't quite look the best, but I didn't really care. I was more focused on time moving forward. And in one of these photos here, there's a photo bomb with a chick behind it looking like she's got something to suck on. So after that, I was just seeing the lights and all the buildings and the exotic nightlife and everyone getting pictures. Like the city was overall alive. And so after seeing all the lights and the buildings and tourism, I just had this like little rush inside me. It was like Vegas. Now I'm playing the same notes as I did in Cincinnati because it's a lot like New York. But I kind of wanted to like mix it up a little bit with something different at the same time. Oh yeah, in one of the footage there, I accidentally got some cleavage of some girl trying to take pictures while kneeling down, and her tits were nearly going to pop out. And this is one of my favorite parts that makes it feel like it's flying. You got the adrenaline. It's kind of a shitty one. I'm really tired, but the way it'll end is. It's all so fast, so it's really hard to keep up, especially when you're tired and you're groggy and stressed out. But you get the notes and the idea if you listen to the video. Overall, just being not far from Central Park, I was all the way up towards Central Park, and I remember I got this awesome picture of this cool Tokyo Dragon logo truck driving by, and it looked perfect for like a Tokyo Drift logo. Like I got that picture entirely by accident, And I remember the next day I was looking for a hotel to stay at. And New York is known for like small, dense rooms. And there was this hotel in Chinatown. And it was for, I think, 88 a night. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was fairly cheap for New York. I mean, I really didn't care about the size of the room. I just thought the experience was cool. Like, literally, this motel in Chinatown was literally the size of a bed and nothing more. And I didn't really care about that. I was just like, I thought it was cool being able to experience that. It's literally a small room, small, narrow hallways, many different rooms, two bathroom and showers. They give you literally a free toothbrush and toilet paper with you. Apparently, they don't want to keep toilet paper in the bathrooms for whatever reason, so they say bring it with you. No complaints about that. I remember the introduction to me talking about the motel. I was so excited about it. I still get a kick out of the part where I say the fan is high as me. Oh, the fan actually works. Hell yeah. Okay, maybe not that high. Not high as me. Alright. Bed's a little springy, but man, it's better than my car. It was quite an experience. It just feels like you just come to life in New York with all the vibes and the opportunities and the sightseeing. I remember I had my bike there. I was riding around Chinatown at night, but Chinatown looked like it was shrinking compared to Chinatown, Boston, where everything's open after 4 a.m. and shit. I was there at like, I think 9 p.m. on those pictures, and you can see how dead it is. It was pretty sad and depressing because I really wanted to try out some Chinatown, New York food compared it to Boston. I remember I didn't get up early enough to check out the motel and head to the subway to my car all the way down in Brooklyn. So I had to carry all of my stuff with me. And I mean everything. My guitar case, my guitar amp, my backpack, my suitcase, and my gym bag with other stuff in it. And I had to carry legit everything and walk up and down those stairs, walking on the New York City streets at 95 degrees in the sun. And it was one of the worst things you can imagine. Going down the subway, paying for a single ride with all your stuff, and you hear on the announcements, here in New York, if you see suspicious activity carrying lots of luggage, we will randomly have NYPD search you. And I was like, I mean, there's really nothing in here except for pipe and weed when it's legal recreationally, so there's really nothing to hide. I don't care. If they search me, like, can you please just take me in the back seat of your cop car and just take me back to my car, please? That'd be really appreciative. Thank you. So after getting up the stairs, there's like 5 NYPD officers, and they're like, come on, this way. Yep, just up here. Yep, you're good. Thank you. Yep, take care. You know, there's nothing, no issues whatsoever. As I got back to Brooklyn Bay Ridge, where I parked my car at, I remember literally the entire residents were looking at me like, dude, did you get arrested? And this is the moment where I realized the people in New York are actually some really friendly people. They were like, hi, and they're like, you look like you're burning out and you're sweaty. Would you like a glass of water? Here, would you like some AC for a break? Would you like a meal? Like, they were really nice people overall compared to Boston, where everybody's shitty and arrogant with you. And there was one per resident there in particular who was questioning me, saying like, do you need help carrying that? You look like you're gonna pass out and die, basically. And they're like, did you get arrested? I was like, no, I didn't get arrested. My car's about a mile down and I'm trying to walk to it. And then they're like, you can leave your big suitcase here and I'll watch it when you get to your car. And I was thinking, like, what if this gets stolen? I said that, and the person literally said, would I steal a suitcase full of men's underwear and clothing that don't remotely fit me or anybody in this area? I mean, really think about that. Would I go through the effort to steal something like that? You watch too much news and Dateline, buddy. And so as I got to the car, I have the AC and I'm driving over and I'm texting them, letting them know I'm coming over. And the whole neighborhood sees I got my car with my main state license plates, putting everything in the trunk. And they were like, okay, he didn't get arrested. So there's that. I remember overall it was a really fun experience on the 4th of July in New York. I tried out their pizza for the first time. Their bagels are out of this world. Just seeing the lights and the after nightlife and it being literally 24 hours. Because I think I was in Times Square till about, oh God, like 4 a.m. Their subways are fucked. I took the same subway I went there back, but then it stopped on the first stop midway in Manhattan because of delays and all that shit, because they ain't got no fucking money, but they charge for congestion fees. So after that, I had a really fun time getting back to Brooklyn. I had to take every sign I could walking to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn's a big area too. So I had a real fun time figuring that out. But anyway, it took about 3.5 hours to get back to my car. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah, 4th of July in New York was pretty fun. That's where this song's from. Flanger and phaser don't really fit in that little blend. But so yeah, that was my experience in New York a year ago at Times Square. It was pretty American dream, realistically. It's really sad to see that today America is not America anymore compared to what it used to be.